real quick little video before we paint. I took these little drills, marked things off, and I drilled out 2 holes. Those are for machine guns that go up front. I'm going to put some aluminum tubing in there to act as sort of make them look a little bit cleaner. And then there's also 20 millimeter cannons on either side, and so I cut those out with an X-Acto blade to the approximate shape, kind of a teardrop shape or an ellipse or something. And then I thought, how am I going to make them look really good? And I realized if I took a piece of aluminum tubing, I think it's 3/32, maybe it's 1/8 anyway, and cut it. I'm going to use my Zona saw on an angle, a real sharp angle. You end up with these, basically what it was in the real airplane, which is sort of a tube that is cut flush on the outside, and then the cannon, so you get that. And that looks really cool. It makes it really finished on the outside. Now, all the pictures I've seen of the airplane, the real airplane, there's no barrels sticking out of those. I'll have to keep looking. So maybe I'll put barrels coming out, but I have a feeling that most of what I see, there are no barrels. It's just, all you see is a trough, and the barrel's behind there. Here I'm trying to clean out a little bit, because as you cut these, you leave little burrs here and there. So I'm just making sure it's clean, making sure that they are relatively nice, with a little sanding and a little filing. They look pretty good. They don't need to be absolutely perfect, but they look pretty cool, actually, and it's nice to, it actually turned out really well. I wasn't sure how it would look. So we did that, and then I went ahead and glued these little suckers in place. Now, this is hard to show you on the camera. I definitely have to work on my videography. But I put a little bit of this white glue, the tacky glue, in here, and I just go ahead and put these in. I test fit them, and they fit really nice. This one I have a little bit of problem getting in, but I stick in the tubing end into the hole, and then slide the whole thing in there and push it, and it kind of goes flush and automatically fits into that little shape. In this case, I come up from the front there and just kind of make sure it's up where it's supposed to be. But they are flush, and then when everything's all painted, it'll look like, I think, what it's supposed to look like. Like I said, a trough going out to the outside of the airplane. And again, I'll look and see, but I have a feeling, there's the one in England that has a piece of something sticking out of there, but all the other pictures I've seen of wartime aircraft, I don't see anything. But we'll see. So the other side, same old thing. So again, a little bit of glue, and again, I'm trying to do this without looking at it because the camera's over here, and I'm trying to put this in. And I used the white glue just because I figured it'd give me time, and it should glue the little aluminum in there enough. Again, you're not going to do anything with these once they're painted. It's not like it's gonna be a something you're gonna need to push on or touch or whatever. So stick them in there, and there it is, flush. Looks pretty good. I like it. I think it makes it look finished, which is cool. Pretty nice. So there's one on one side, one on the other, and then in the front, I ended up putting those guys in here on either side, and also underneath, I'm going to point out, I'm going to put 2 more cannon holes down there, and I'm going to use hypodermic syringes for those, because those do protrude, and I think I can find some syringes of the right gauge, and they'll fit right in some holes. You'll see later on that I drilled those out, but it looks pretty cool. It looks like an evil mouth now. It looks like a little monster. There's the aluminum tubing that's in there. It's supposed to be flush. I couldn't get it completely flush, but it'll be okay. And I pulled out the packing because it was funny. Now it looks like a mouth. So after some touch-up and some sanding and some filling and priming, there it is. I also put in a handhold that's on the side there for the pilot, I think. I also put on those little filler caps or whatever they are, just using a little round, a circle, a piece of plastic that has circles cut out of them, and then use the pen. And then there I put my, I can't remember if I told you, or I can't remember if I showed you, but I put my little pieces of tape along the fabric pieces that's going to sort of make it hopefully look at least hint that it's fabric when it's all painted. But dang, she's ready to be painted. Pretty close. I mean, I'm basically, the next time I show you this. Oh yeah, there are the holes for the underneath cannons too. But the next time I show you this, it'll be in the stages of painting. So wish me luck.